We've got a special guest in the studio today. Christian Milau, CFO of Endeavour Mining, joins us. Christian, thanks for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
What brings you to Montreal?
We're actually, at the moment, our Q2 results were just released a couple days ago, and at the moment we've been doing a bit of a tour through Vancouver, Montreal, and Toronto, and Quebec City, so we thought we'd stop in and say hi.
Well, sticking with those Q2 results, excellent production results that came out earlier this week. Were these figures in line with what you were looking at?
Yeah, Q2 was an improvement upon Q1. We expected to see that happen this year. We got our new mine, Agbaou, in Côte d'Ivoire into production in the first quarter. So part of the quarter had our production from Agbaou, and so the second quarter had full production. So we had about a 16% increase on our production to 122,000 ounces for the quarter. So very pleased with that. Cash costs and all-in costs coming in line with what we expected, just over $1,000 an ounce. So that's kind of nice to see.
Now, I know Tabakoto has been an area of a lot of action since 2013 till now. What are the latest developments there? How's everything progressing?
Yeah, with Tabakoto, it's been a big investment phase since we acquired it in 2012. And basically in the last sort of year, what we've done is we expanded the mill from 2,000 to 4,000 tons, which was done last year. This year, what we were doing is converting from owner mining, or from contract mining to owner mining there in the underground. So we bought some equipment, some of that's still coming in, so we've almost finished that investment phase, as well as hiring the crews from the contractor and hiring a few new management members as well to do the owner mining, and that seems to be going smoothly at this stage. And the last piece is actually getting our second underground mine, which is Segala, up and running. And by the end of the third quarter, that should be in pretty close to full production. So a lot of work, a lot of change there, but we hope to see the benefits in quarter four.
Now you also have the coffee deposits there. I know Coffee C is one that Neil, your CEO, had spoken about previously with us. Now, I believe it was permitting that was being looked at. Has it been permitted fully? Yeah,
in quarter two, we actually received the full permit there. So what we're doing at the moment is working that into our production sequencing for next year. And that'll be our main open pit feed. It's about a 38-kilometer road up to the site there at Coffee C, and we'll be building that actually in the final sort of half of this year, so it should be into the production next year. Excellent.
Now, looking at cost reductions, now that's been kind of the name of the game for the last 18 months within the sector. What's Endeavour been doing to kind of tweak operations, save money, build margins?
Yeah, no, I mean, it's similar to everyone else in the industry. We've certainly been looking at our cost structure. Our operations are focused out of Accra, where we have our COO, Atiru, and his team there. And we've gone out and actually re-tendered some of our contracts, be it the mining contracts, cyanide contracts, other reagents, etc. And we've seen substantial savings. Some of the suppliers are very keen to supply all four of our operations, rather than just have them all supplied individually. So we've seen real benefits, something as simple as cyanide, where maybe you're paying $4,000 a ton, and now all the mines are purchasing it at around $3,000 or less a ton, which is a really nice savings and benefit.
Now, moving over to other headline-grabbing news, I know, especially in the U.S. with what's the patients they've brought back, but Ebola has been a big scare for, I guess, for the world. But I mean, your operations are in that area. What tactics? What are you doing to to protect your operations, protect your workers?
Yeah, Ebola certainly has been in the headlines recently, and one of the key things that we're doing at the moment is education. I think that's the foremost thing that we can do. So we've got doctors on site. We're working closely with the health organizations, both locally, regionally, and nationally in the countries, and we're making sure that our employees are educated on how you can contract it, what it actually means, what the symptoms are, etc., and how to deal with it. And so we're doing that, and as well as the local communities and villages, and some of our employees do live in those areas, so we're making sure that they're aware. And we're also just checking our procedures for if things did get worse at some point. In the region, though, I think it's important to differentiate between the countries as well. There are no contracted cases reported, at least at this stage, in any of the countries we operate in. Some of the neighboring countries, yes, but none of the countries we're in, so it's important to differentiate there.
All right, well, let's wrap it up then with gold prices. Now, we know it's a summer doldrums, but geopolitics have certainly kept volatility going in the markets. The geopolitics seems to have driven price movements in the last couple of months. Do you think fundamentals and technicals are still playing a role right now?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think geopolitics has been very important in the last few months, but I think underneath that in longer term, I really do think it's the fundamentals. And with governments printing a lot of fiat currency and money, and with a lot of them not getting their houses in order, I think it's been debasing a lot of currencies. I think over the longer term, governments really need to get their fiscal house in order. That's a really important part of it. I think the geopolitics in the short term can have a key impact, but I think over the midterm, I think you're going to see some more of the fundamentals driving it. And we believe gold prices are well supported. It's nice to see them stabilizing at 1,300 or above recently. And you know, you're right, the summer is a quiet time. I think going into September, traditionally a higher period of gold, physical gold purchasing, particularly in Asia. So we hope to see the second half of this year a bit of an increase, but who knows in the short term.
Excellent. Well, thank you for your time, Christian.
Thank you very much.
And thank you for watching this edition of Kitco News. If you have any comments or questions, please don't hesitate to send them to newsfeedback@kitco.com. Have a good one.